what's your opinion on the two-strike approach nowadays in baseball versus when you were playing?
It doesn't really exist, does it? Um,
No.
the reason the two strike approach came, and I still get asked about it to this day, and this isn't for everybody. And I don't, baseball, especially at the big league level, especially hitting, is a very individualized thing. Everything doesn't work for everybody. We're very individualistic. We all have to do the same things when the ball's in the hitting area to be successful. But how we get there is a very individualistic process. For me, it was two strikes, and I thought, I strike out about 100 times a year. That's just the way it is. But I want to get more hits. So I came up with this two-strike approach, and it's a mindset for me. It's a mental thing versus a physical. I knew when I get down to my two-strike approach, I choke up on the bat. I didn't have to think about protecting the plate. My body language was automatically telling my mind, you're in protect zone now. So anything close, that means if it's 2 inches off the plate, I got to foul that pitch off. And I know that, whereas if I'm in a 3-1 count or a 2-0 count, that's a take. But with two strikes, I'm not going to let that umpire ring me up. He's not going to send me back to the dugout and me arguing, that's off the plate. Doesn't matter whether it's on the plate or off the plate. That's out of your control. That's it. You put the control into that umpire's hands. So that's why I came up with the two-strike approach, was to set my mind, put my mind in a mental space where I knew I had to protect. I didn't have to tell myself that. It was already automatic by my stance and by my choking up on the bat. My mind knew protect zone. And what I found out over time was I struck out just as much, but I got a lot more hits. So it was I didn't cut down on my strikeouts, but I really excelled from an average standpoint, because most people hit 1-something with two strikes. And I went from 1-something to 2-something with two strikes. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but let's just say if you hit 210 with two strikes, I'll guarantee if we look it up right now, if you're a 210 hitter with two strikes, you're in the top percentile of the game, because two strikes is just so against you. I wanted it to be not such a disadvantage when I got to two strikes. And I found, for me, that goofy stance that I got into and choking up in the bat really worked for me.